Hello, welcome to Create Pretty Things. My name is Debbie. Have you guys started thinking about gift giving for the holiday season yet? Well, it's probably time you start. I'm preparing for a craft fair this weekend for the next 2 weekends, and I thought today that we would go ahead and do some gift bags. So we're going to use ink today. We're going to use these muslin bags to chalk our ink a design on. I've got several different designs to choose from, and we have many on my website. So you can check out my website. I have the link in the comments. If you type in the word bags and check your messenger, you will get a link to everything I'm using in this project, but probably a lot more. So feel free to remove anything you won't be using, add things you want to use, and make it yours. Get exactly what you need. One of the transfers that I thought would be cute on these bags is this one that says, "Hurry down the chimney tonight." I'm gonna go ahead and turn off this ring light just so, there we go. You can see it a little better. It's got the trees and a little cabin, and it says, "Hurry down the chimney tonight." I thought that would be cute. This is one of my all-time favorites for this year. It's just a bunch of bottle brush trees. And I thought they'd be so cute in bright colors. Ice skating. I've seen this one done on blocks and a lot of different things, but I think it'd be perfect for a gift bag as well. It has the ice skate rentals on there. Very cute. This one is just like a holiday tree. It says joy, Noel, peace, family, believe, kindness, and Christmas. That would be pretty either in one solid color or multiple. And then this one is our Holly Jolly Santa, and I think he would be cute as well. So that's what we've kind of got on deck for tonight. I've got these drawstring muslin bags, and the link to these is also included in the link that's in the comment. Type bags as the link, the word keyword to get you to the link. And we're going to use these with the ink mat inside. Now, we do sell 2 different size ink mats. What I got is the longer one, longer, thinner one, and I cut it into pieces. This is what it looks like. I cut it into pieces, and they're very nice because they prevent the ink from bleeding through onto the back side or the other side of your fabric. And also they stay in place because they're sticky, so they won't slip around on you. So let's get started. Ink. Ink is permanent. We're going to heat set this. Now this is a very thin fabric, so when we're done, we're going to let these dry. We might try to air dry, blow dry one, and then heat set it on a very low heat. But ink is permanent once it's heat set. And so as a result, you don't want to be messy with it because you'll get it on your clothes and that'll be permanent as well. But I have lots of pretty colors in ink. There's our currant jam. This is candy apple. Couture teal. Cadet. This one's bumblebee. Couture coral, one of my favorites. We have so many, guys. Let me just show you all of a sudden, all stacked up. This one's a duplicate. So here's some. Here's some more. And here's some more. So some of these come in the individual palette packs, and that's what I put in the cart link. Because I thought you might not want full jars, but you might want a variety. So you guys can pick and choose. Oh, this is another duplicate too. So I've got a couple duplicate colors here. And of course I want to try and use the ones that are open. Well, it doesn't matter if they won't open though. Okay, so let's get started. I think I want to start with, oh, and I don't have the Nutcracker one out here, I don't think either. And maybe I don't even have that one, who knows. I think I'm going to start with one color of the Santa. So these are our reusable transfers. They are sticky as well, and they come in this protective sleeve. I keep the envelope that it comes in because I store them back in these when you're done. But I just open up this adhesive flap, and then I tuck it inside. I take out the transfer. And then it is attached to this backer sheet. So normally if you were working on any other type of surface, you would do something called fuzzing on these. You would try to reduce the stickiness of this But since we are working on fabric, we are not gonna fuzz. So all I'm gonna do is remove the transfer from the backer sheet. It is sticky on the back. Keep your backer because you wanna always store on your backer. And all I'm gonna do, I wanna make sure that my ink pad is in there and everything is flat without any wrinkles. I'm just gonna go ahead and put this on my bag, center it and keep it straight as much as I can. And I'm just gonna smooth it over, make sure I've got good adherence to the fabric, and I can tell this is crooked, or else my bag is crooked, one of the two. That looks better to me. I'm gonna smooth it down so there's not any air bubbles. Air bubbles cause bleeding and you don't want that. So I think I might just go ahead and use this current jam on this one. No, let's use black. Do I have a black? Yes. Let's use our black velvet. Let's start with something very subtle. I haven't used my inks for a while, so I'm gonna go ahead and stir this up a little bit just to make sure it's the proper consistency, and it is. And then I'm gonna get my squeegee, which is just, this is the small, a rubber squeegee. It has like a beveled edge. Can you guys see the edge? And I'm gonna get some ink on this. Okay, and I'm trying not to get any mess on my fingers, but I already got a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and smooth this ink over my green teal transfer and move it down to cover up all the white areas of my transfer. The white areas are silkscreen, and that is where the paste is going to go through. And basically you are just covering all the white areas. So if I have an overabundance of ink in one spot, I am going to move it to another spot. And I'm really trying not to go off my transfer, because remember, if you go off your transfer, it's going to go onto your surface below, which is our bag, and this is permanent. So I'm trying to be careful not to get it where it's not supposed to be. And I think they've got the hardest part done. So now I'm just going to go ahead and cover up the rest of the areas. Now, there is a dry time in this, but ink does not dry as fast as our paste. Sometimes when you're working with our paste, it will dry in your silkscreen because it does dry so quickly. That's not true with your ink. So you can really take your time with the ink. You don't have to rush to get it off. Just take your time, get your coverage, and enjoy the process. Now I think I've got it all covered. I'm just going to go over it lightly and remove some of the excess ink that I have, because that will help it dry a little bit quicker. So I'm just going to kind of go over it. And as I do that, I can kind of start to see my design underneath a little bit better. Okay, and I think that looks good. That looks very good. I'm going to go ahead and clean off my squeegee with water. I'm just going to wipe it off. Get it ready to go for the next color. And we'll see how this looks. Now I do want to make sure that I don't have anything on my hands. So, and I do have a little bit of black. So I'm going to clean my hands, make sure they're clean. And I'm going to go ahead and peel off my transfer slowly. And as I do that, I'm going to assess what I have and see if I missed any areas. I do see a little spot here at the top that could have had a little better coverage. Of course, I did get a little bit on the bag, so I'm going to peel it. And I really like the way it came out. It really looks good. I'm going to go ahead and get this mat over here. It's a dish drawing mat. And I'm going to lay my transfer on it because I'm going to clean it. But I want to show you how cute that came out. Can you see the Santa on there? How sweet is that? And that's all in one color. Can you guys see the musical notes in the background and the Santa face? There it looks like there's a tree with some ornaments on it. Isn't that sweet? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and set this aside. Hopefully it won't. I did get a little bit of ink when I tried to repair up here at the top, and that is gonna be permanent, but it's okay. It's right by the area that that is the drawstring. So I think that'll be cinched up anyway. And at this point, there's no point in crying over excess ink. You just go with it. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and cap up my inks as I use them. I feel like I have less accidents when I do that. Now you wanna clean your transfers immediately. Just kind of helps the process. So I'm just spraying water over the surface. And for my first pass over it, I'm going to use a paper towel. So I'm just going to go over it to get the majority of the paste off. Okay, and then I'm going to go over here and I've got what's called a board eraser. And it has been soaking in water, but you just have to really wet it. And then you're going to use this. This is the key to getting your transfers clean, is this board eraser. It's similar to a magic eraser sponge, but it doesn't have any chemicals in it, so it won't hurt your transfers. And these transfers are reusable between 8 and 12 times. And the key to that is protecting your adhesive on the back, cleaning your transfer, getting all that ink and paste out of the transfer, and storing them properly. So I've got the front side done. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to swipe off the bottom. I think I'm going to add some more water. Now, since this side is sticky, you want to go a little light touch. And it's not as dirty as the front side, but you're just going to go ahead and wipe it gently. And when it's wet, it isn't as sticky. So you can go ahead and put your board eraser right over it. Swipe it down. Flip it over. And then I like to kind of dry it a little bit, which also removes some more dirty water, ink from it. So wipe it off. I also wipe over this side because I'm going to put it on the backer right away. So I want this dry before I store it. Okay, so now it is clean. Do you see how you can see through the transfer again? All those areas that you can see through are the areas that the paste goes through. You want to make sure you don't have any paste left in there. So now I'm going to put, our transfer backers have 2 different color sides lately. This is a new feature. The yellow side is going to go on your surface, but the white side is what you're going to attach the sticky side of your transfer to. So just go ahead and lay it down, line it up, and then press it down so it has good contact with that backer. I try to get it on there as best I can because if some of the sticky's hanging off, it's going to stick to your envelope as it goes in. Okay. So this one's clean. I would store it back in its envelope, and that's how I store it. Okay, I'm going to put that on the ground. Okay, let's do another one. I do have some ink over here. Let's see. How are you guys doing? What's your plan for today? Are you guys working? Are you just having fun? Are you crafting? Are you thinking about Christmas? I like to think about Christmas. Here's another bag. Now this is the sticky side. I want to go ahead and make sure there's not any wrinkles or anything. It's on there good. We're going to use our Joy. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do different colors on this and fancy it up a little bit. So I'm going to unstick the bottom, stick the flap back in, transfer out, peel it up, center it, smooth it down, make sure there's no air bubbles. Here we go guys. Let's do, I don't know if I want to work from the bottom up or the top down, but I'm going to do the word Christmas in red. Candy apple red. Now, since I'm doing different colors, it's going to take a little bit longer because I'm going to be a little more careful and conscientious about where I'm placing this ink. And once again, we're just covering the white areas. Take off the excess. Return it to your jar. Okay, and since I'm probably going to be using these colors again, I think I'm just going to leave the jar open and out of the way so I don't mess it up. Maybe Couture Teal for the word kindness. These inks are very smooth, guys. They have a great texture. They just kind of glide. The pastes do too, but I feel like the ink is a little slicker feeling than the paste. That was kind of a lot of ink, so I'm going to go ahead and take some of it out. Look how much I got off of that, guys. That's quite a bit. So when you lessen the amount of ink on here, it does reduce your dry time. You don't want to take it all off because you do want to have good coverage. But it does reduce your dry time a little bit because it's not as thick. It only makes sense. Okay. And there's our teal word believe. Let's see. How about a purple? This is berry. Let's try berry. This one looks a little, it needs a little bit of love. It might need a little shot of distilled water. So this is distilled water. I'm going to put very little in here because it looks pretty good. And I don't want it to be too loose because that could cause running. So I'm just going to stir it up really, really, really good. Make sure that little water that I put in there isn't going to be puddling in any one spot. Okay. Let's get a small squeegee. Let's put the word believe on. As you guys jump on, please say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. And if you don't see the red live button at the top, it means you're watching the replay. Do me a favor if that's the case and comment #replay just so that I know that you watched. I'd appreciate it. And if you know of anyone else that would enjoy watching this crafting tutorial, please let them know. Please share the video. I'd appreciate it. And I'm sure they would too. Okay. Okay, let's do the word family in green. And the green I have is Meadow. We also have a Pesto. Do you see the difference in the colors? I'm going to go ahead and use the Meadow, which is the brighter one of the two. And of course, I feel like family is the #1 part of the holidays. Being with family and other people, spending your time with them, that is what's important to me. And I'm sure that's what's important to you as well. Okay, I'm going to peel off the extra, or wipe off, reduce. Okay. Peace. What color should peace be? Let's use this Currant Jam. It's like a reddish color, but it's deeper. It's more like it has some purple in it. It's like a deeper. Let's see if it's open. Yeah, it's open. It needs to be stirred. Like I said, I haven't used my inks for a while, guys, so they do need to be stirred up a little bit. They've been sitting in one position for a while. So I'm just going to go ahead and stir them up as I see the need. The word is peace for this color. Now there's a lot of different techniques you can use when you're adding color to something. You can kind of do a blended technique that would make it an ombre or kind of a gradient color. You can do a hot mess, which is kind of applying a bunch of colors willy-nilly and just doing what you want to do. Put some here and there. You're not really blending those, but you're putting them on there. So it doesn't have to be just one solid color. You can also mix these colors if you need to. Let's see. Let's do yellow. Wipe my hands off a little bit. Yellow for Noel. And yellow for the star. Go ahead and do the star right now. Let's do Noel. Are you guys noticing that it doesn't take much ink to do these projects? The ink really covers well, and it doesn't take a whole lot. And half the time I'm putting it on and just removing it, so it doesn't take a lot. So those palette packs that I put in the cart link, they're going to last you for more than one project. So you're going to want to squeeze out just a little bit of color out of those, and then wrap the remainder, go ahead and fold it over, seal it up pretty tight, and reuse it. I usually fold it over, tape it, and then put it in a Ziploc bag to double ensure. Using Couture Coral for Joy. And we'll see how these colors turn out. Okay. All righty. Let's go ahead and peel this off. My hands are still a little messy. Let's see. Make sure there's no ink on your hands. You want your hands to be clean. And I'm going to peel this down. And as I peel it, I'm checking to make sure everything's okay. Now on my Couture Coral, on the Joy, I see some spots that got missed. So I'm just going to lay it right back down, reapply the paste. Yeah, so much better. And do that. Noel, peace, family, believe, kindness, and Christmas. Look at that, guys. I love it. The yellows are a little bit, could have been a little brighter. So we'll learn from that. Go ahead and clean this up. What colors would you have substituted for the yellows, guys? Would you have done like a blue? Well, the yellow for the star is kind of like a, there's not a lot of options. I mean, again, you could do anything, but I always think of yellow or gold or silver for the stars, but I don't think silver would have been a good choice either. And I'm not sure, I don't have the silver if they make it in the ink. Okay, flip it over. Guys, I think the ink actually cleans up off the transfers a lot easier than the paste does for some reason. Once again, I'm drying it so that I can put it back on its backer sheet, getting it ready for storage. Cleaning is essential to having a reusable transfer that you can use over and over again. Let's see, what did I do with that one? Right here. Sticky side to the white side. You guys, can you see this? Let me show you. The snowflakes that stay on my eyes, on my nose and eyelashes, that was a transfer from last year, and that's a surface I did last year, and I just absolutely, it was one of my favorites. Well, they brought it back in a kit. It's in a brand new kit. It's only for this week. It's like a Black Friday special, and it is on the website under kits. Take a look at that. That comes with this great frame that's brand new, and you can get this terrific transfer that's one of my favorites. I want to make sure you guys look at it. It's only going to be offered this week only. They're doing Black Friday specials every Monday. It's going to change, and that's one of my favorites. So make sure you guys check that out. Okay, so this one is done. Oh, you know, if I do the ice skating one, let's not do that one because it's going to have to go sideways and I'm going to lose part of my skates. Let's do the bottle brush. I love bottle brush trees. Do you guys love them? I have one up right now, but I have several. I have so many. I just love the colors. The sparkle, I love the sparkle, but I don't like the glitter that goes all over the place. So that's kind of a love-hate thing, but they are so pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure my, oh, and actually this is going to go sideways too. But I'm going to go ahead and make sure that my ink mat is under there. Let's see, maybe we'll just fit 4 of these trees on here, okay? Peel it off. Which 4 trees do I want? I think these 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to try and center them. This one I might want to move up a little bit. Okay, so I think I'm going to start with, let's use this shimmer copper for the base and the trunk. Okay, so the base of the tree and the tree trunks are going to be shimmer copper. It's amazing how you can spread all this ink out over a larger surface. I just got a little bit on my squeegee the first time, and all I'm doing is moving it from one location to the other to spread it out, just like you spread butter out on toast. You do want good coverage, but it doesn't take very much. Okay, that's my copper. Let's do our Couture Coral. This is one of my favorite colors. This one and Couture Teal are my favorites. But they're all pretty. I did get pretty messy with this one. Okay, let's do, yeah, yellow didn't show very good. Let's do this berry. I love the bright colors for Christmas. Do you guys? I love so many different color combinations. Basically, my trees are red and green, and I go traditional, but then this year I'm kind of feeling like a bright pink with a light green. And I don't know if that's because of something I've seen and worked with, or I also like just like a light green and cream. That's very pretty. What color is next? Should we do, let's do the teal. What colors do you guys decorate with? What's your favorite color combination for trees, Christmas trees? Or do you just put on whatever has a special meaning to you, like family heirlooms are always beautiful. Our last tree. How about if we do this crimson? I really want to do yellow. How about the light pink? Let's do this light pink. Oh, it's a toughie. Okay, this one needs some water. See how I couldn't really stir it easily? So I just added some distilled water, and I use distilled because I know it doesn't have any impurities that might turn over time. This feels better. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to do a check on my fingers, make sure there's not any ink hiding. Let's do our peel. I love it, guys. Let me show it to you. Isn't that cute? Very pretty. Very pretty. See, I'm running out of spaces to set these at. Let's clean this one. It's easiest if you clean as you go and just do these immediately, because normally I would take these to my sink and just rinse them off there under cold water. But doing it live, I like to do it right out here, and then it's done. I don't have to wait, and plus it's not set in there, making it harder to clean. Okay, let's do the back side. So didn't that seem like a quick and easy way to clean? I liked it. Dry off the back side. Get our transfer backer. This time I'm just going to flip it over, make sure that the white side goes to the sticky side. Reposition if you need to. And I try to get all the air bubbles out even when I do this, because it's going to protect that sticky even better. And you may need to let this sit out for a little bit to air dry a little bit more. Let's see, do we have any more we can do? Oh yeah, we have one more. Okay, so our last bag here. And it's going to be this: hurry down the chimney tonight. Okay, which one's your favorite so far, guys? Do you have a favorite? Hurry down the chimney. So let's see. I want the trees to be green. Hurry down the chimney maybe to be black. Let's start working on this. Okay, green. And my house to be gold. Let's do the gold first. Okay, so it does have a little plume of smoke going up, and oh, where'd that come from? Going up in there. Let's see if I can get this working. Okay, so the house is kind of nestled in the trees. So I'm needing to pay a little bit of attention. So that I don't get the wrong color in the wrong place. I don't know where I picked up green, but I did. And it's got a little stream or ice, like a little stream right here. I'm gonna go ahead and do that gold as well. And maybe the rest of this little brook here, it's kind of like water or snowbanks. I'm gonna do those gold. Okay. Then there's also a few little stars up in the sky that are very hard to see. And do those gold. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Gold right there. Okay. Let's do the trees green. Go right up against the house. This isn't as hard as I thought it would be, guys. This one I thought would be tricky. But so far, well, maybe I shouldn't say anything yet. So far, it's been okay. Look at the top of that tree. And this little tree down here. Okay. And then hurry down the chimney tonight. What color do you guys think that should be? Do you have any suggestions? I was thinking black, but the crimson might be nice. I've also got a navy somewhere. Hurry down the chimney. Let's do the crimson. So this is kind of like a cranberry color, a dark burgundy. I'll give that a try. All right, guys, this is our last one we're going to peel up. I should probably start putting some of these pastes away, or inks. And I do have like a little water bath over here on the side that I put all my dirty spatulas and squeegees and everything in. And I'll take those all to the sink and clean those up. But it is handy to have that water bath. Some of my ink, I just kind of like to go around the edge and clean that up. So next time I use them, they'll be a little better when I open them. A little cleaner. Especially with the ink. I hate to make a mess with ink because it is permanent. This one, this one, this one. Whoops, that was on a mat, guys, so it's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and spray some water in this one real quick so we can start hydrating for next time. I just have to remember not to step in that ink because remember it is permanent. If I go from here to the carpet, I'm in trouble. This one. And someday I'm going to learn not to be so messy with this stuff, guys. Oops, I did get a little purple on that bag. Right there. Okay, let's peel up this one. Let's see what it looks like. Nice. Guys, I really love it. Look how it came out. I do have my little purple splat over here. Well, we'll have to live with that. Look at that though. It looks so good. I love it. Okay, let's clean this up real quick. And then I'm gonna go ahead and set my heat press at probably 2, as long as it'll go, 210. These bags are so thin. And we're gonna, we'll heat press 1. The rest I might wanna let dry naturally overnight, but we'll dry 1 and heat press it, okay? Okay, let's get our board eraser. This board eraser does a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful job of cleaning these transfers. Let's to our back. And this is a sticky side, so if you have anything like fuzzy stuff on here, you want to get that off so that it'll be good for next time. You want to do everything you can to protect that sticky side so that you can reuse it, to keep them clean so the paste will go through the next time. You just want to take really good care of these, and they're an investment, so take care of them. Okay. Okay, and here's our transfer backer for this one. This one I don't think had the yellow backer. So I usually mark the wrong side, but I didn't think I had to do that. But I could kind of see the imprint of the transfer on it, so I knew. Okay, so we have our transfers cleaned and put away. Our hands are clean. Our counter needs to be cleaned though. Don't want to pick up any of that ink. Okay, and actually I can stack all my inks away in their container back here. And make more room. Okay, let's dry this one up. So I'm going to dry it with my heat tool. It's not really, really hot. Remember, I still have this ink mat inside. And I'll take it out in just a second. I just want to start the drying process. As soon as you dry this, the less likely you are to smear the ink. So, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and release the sticky part from here. Now, some of this paste may have gone through to your mat because that's what it prevents. See the green on it? It did go through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some parchment paper, which I did have out. Here it is. I'm going to put a little bit inside just to prevent it from bleeding through. And I'm not going to stick that on there. And I'm going to finish drying this up. You want it to be completely dry before you heat set it. Okay, so let's heat set it. So what do you think about this process, guys? Whoops. What I will do with this is either clean it with water, or maybe I'll use some Windex and just gently clean it. You do want to protect that sticky as well. And it looks like I did just smear some green. But I think it looks okay. So which one do you guys think was your favorite? Can you decide? What colors do you think are your favorites? Still a little wet. I think I like this one a lot. If I wouldn't have messed up on the purple. We're almost dry, guys. It does take a few minutes to dry. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and try this. So what I'm gonna do is my heat press is on, my Easy Press. I've got my heat resistant mat here just to protect my surface down below. And you do want to cover the top, put a layer of parchment between the surface and the heat press. And this may not be completely dry, but we're gonna go ahead and try it. I'm just gonna do it for about 20 seconds. I just don't know how long it's gonna take, but we'll try it for about 20 seconds and then we'll feel it to see what it looks like, what it feels like. Oops, I didn't start it. And my temperature is at 210. That's the lowest this will go. Okay, let's take this off. Okay, so it did transfer a little bit of ink to the parchment paper because it wasn't quite dry. So I'm gonna go ahead and do another piece of parchment paper. I don't wanna smear it. I'll try it again. So my advice would be let it dry overnight naturally. Don't try to rush the process, and then heat press it the next day. Oops, I didn't start it again. If you guys are watching and you want the cart link, the products I'm using, type in the word BAGS, B-A-G-S. Check your messenger and the link will be sent to you. If you want to be notified when I go on live, type in !notify. And you'll be notified when I go live. Okay, now this is still sticking a little bit, so it's not quite. And what I would do also, I'm gonna let it dry naturally a little bit more, is I'd flip it over inside out and I'd also heat set a little bit more. But for now, I'm gonna let it dry a little bit on its own. But here's one. So which one's your favorite? This one with the little house in the forest. I have this one with the trees. The bottle brush trees. This one looks like it could use some words on the top or snowflakes. I might add those. This one's really pretty too, except the yellow doesn't really pop. But I like that. The joy, Noel, peace, family, believe, kindness, and Christmas. Or our very first one is a Santa. Which one's your favorite? Let me know in the comments. Okay, guys, I'm going to let these dry. I will heat press them tomorrow, heat set them, and then we're going to go on my eyes. Feel free to share if you can. Thank you, and I'll be back on tomorrow. Bye.